Good evening, YouTube. Wanted to go over something tonight, and this is something I've seen for fire starting if you're out in the woods in a survival situation, and that is using cotton balls. And I have a plain cotton ball here, and I'll show you what happens when you light it. Okay, it will catch fire, and it'll burn, but it won't burn very long. It burns, as you can see, not a great deal of time. You'll have maybe a minute at the most with that to try to build a fire off of it. And there you see that it's out. Well, we'll try number 2 here. Now, cotton ball number 2 is soaked in Vaseline, petroleum jelly. And we'll see what happens here. And you can hear it. I got a little bit of water underneath there, and there it goes. And you hear it sizzling. Now, this will go for much longer. I've seen these go for as much as several minutes, but I'll let it go, and you can see that it's not completely burning. It's burning just where the amount of Vaseline is. And you can see, look at the flame you get off it as well. You get a much larger flame. And that'll burn for several minutes, just as it is. And what I like to do, I'm not going to get it too close to flame here, but I keep several of them, so like here, there's probably a good 30 of them, if not more, inside an old medicine bottle. And they're stacked right in there. And the secret is when you start to light them up, before you light them, pull on them a little bit so you can expose some bare cotton. Because sometimes I've noticed I've had a little bit of trouble lighting some of the petroleum jelly, depending on which type and brand you use. But as you can see, it's still going, and it's burning quite well. And you can build a fire off of this very easily. You can see that's got a nice little flame off it, and it's still going, and it'll go for a few minutes. And it burns quite hot. So this is something that I would recommend. Keep these in a safe place, obviously away from flame. But like I said, keep them Altoids containers, metal containers like that. You can stack quite a few of them in there. But as you can see the difference. So for a fire starter, either using a match or using a ferro rod, you can get these going pretty quickly. And they burn a long time, so you can help get your fire started. You can throw a lot of kindling on that, and it's burning very hot, and it's burning very long. So that's a quick little tip for everyone here. And you'll notice when I go to put it out, you have to be careful doing that, because that's the petroleum jelly. Basically, you have to be, and you can see if it's raining, you really have to work at it to put it out. And I'm not going to do any more here. And there you go. And that would have continued to burn. That would have continued to go. There's still quite a bit more mass there. And it hasn't even all burned yet. There's still some more there. That was where it was wet. So there you have it, YouTube. There's a good way if you're out and you need some you need a fire starter. Because if you were here right now, you'd smell it. It actually smells very much like a wax candle. So there you have it, YouTube. There is a tip for your fire starting kit. If you need to bring something with you to start a fire, that's going to work. Cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly. What I recommend is if you get a good sized cotton ball, pull it in half, and before you soak them and impregnate them. And you'll have 2. You don't need a full-size cotton ball, as you can see. That's actually only half of one that's been tore up. So there again, YouTube. There's a tip for you for if you're out in the woods somewhere and you need something for your survival. Have a good night.